Alright, here we are, we're back. Now I got my fancy full coat ice disc back in play. I guess I never need it. So I did a good amount of farming, and I got what could be the best weapon in the game. No, not this piece, that's worthless. The Primo High Octane 4K. Check it. This is what's like a base level. But now, let's upgrade it. Using Shiver's Magical Workshop. Fry's Magical Workshop. There we go. And with this, we'll go ahead and make it do a good amount of damage. More. And now I present to you my new strongest weapon. Oh, also, we're poor on gems. That's fine. Oh, we still need a lot more weapons, apparently. That's not all. Let's also buy this. Okay, I'm not sure what's the next one to choose. Let's just go full stack on for level 3. You also may notice that I have the meteor mitt on. That's because I also realized how broken this ability could be. 9-4. That's how quick it went. Cooldown basically just got cut by half. Now imagine me doing that in front of a huge Salmonid army. You'll be unstoppable. Oh, right, I want you to get me one more thing. There we go. Let's first do a little warm-up in floor 97 to 99. Let's see what happens. Admittedly, some of these Salmonids can be a bit of a pest. But the weapon has a power, like any others. At least it's meant to be. You see, this is only at level 30. What a bunch of pros use is usually going to be much higher of a level. Like maybe level 90 or something. But anyway, we got that cleared. Let's continue. I screwed up. Oh well. Well, I will admit, the build is specific. And I'm still working on the power glove. A full charge does do a big punch. But as you know, my build doesn't really rely on the weapon. It relies more on the gadgets. Which is going to do huge enemy damage over a good amount of time. Now, I swapped in the blaster, the sentries, with the meteor mitt. You might be asking why I did that. And the simple answer is due to the fact I want something with an attack with a quick that can be done over and over again with direct damage to Salmonids. Bomb balloons are good for an overall area, but you only have 6 at a time. You see, just went down by 2 seconds. The main hero is that relic. Look, the gadget cooldown increases by 0.3 seconds every time you spawn a Salmonid. These lesser Salmonids count towards that ability. And of course, the bomb balloons really thrive with the web I create, which is at its full potential when you have all 6 on play. But even having 4 is still very good. Back. Let 97 clear. This is also a master build, so it's not much of a stressor. starting to backfire a little bit. There's still an extra crispy fly fish out somewhere. There we go. I always want to take care of the smoker. Defense buff is absurd. Now, of course, taking away the web that the Bottomless gives can be consequential. Also, see that I have 2 turbines out at once. That's due to the insane gadget cooldown I'm creating. Still have 1 life left. I'm not threatened. My objective is the goal. We just did it. That's because I'm doing the consistent massive damage. And boom, we've got 2 more Spiralite gems. The 2 gems really did come at the end. Of course, we need Spiralite besides our gems. Let's go deeper in the dungeon. I did a little more grinding. And you see my level is a lot bigger now. So like last time, we shouldn't have that many struggles. For now. Again, I'm going to continue repeating the process. I'm also going to take advantage of my stage environments to help boost my cause. Let's get a Electric Swarm. We start putting the fist down, putting down the fist. Get down to business. There we go. Plus 104. Something flashy. Legendary weapon. Alright. And we got a big boom. We got golden floor this time. Either good or bad? Probably bad. Why I'm doing this is my theory is that we want to make a build that thrives off of parasite of vampirism, or basically basically, I want something that's going to strengthen me based on how many Salmonids I splat. I watched Leafy's streams, the one who had like 700 floors. And I remember them saying at some point that it feels like more Salmonids are spawning. That resonates with me. Because my criteria under that means you want to build a kit that centralizes over high quantities, that drives a high quantity of Salmonids. Not just crowd control. You want to build something that benefits off of it. But the thing I should note, we just got an Ultra. Hold up. Okay, good. That is a new perk. That's good. Also, that feels nice. Basically, while I have only gone to like 400 something, I'm really curious to see how far this boat can go. Now, of course, I won't be able to go all the way tonight. I have seen a streamer constantly with floor 900. I'd be surprised if floor 1000 is not obtainable. Really. Just gotta think about how we control this. Okay, actually, I'm on the chopping block. I have a crit now. I have to let my sneeze. I came out of nowhere. At least we got this. What how people actually try this? Is really the difference we're getting? This is a small explosion. This is a huge. It's impressive. Wish there was an ability to clean out the area. It's a small, medium, back to back. I mean, the difference is barely noticeable, if you ask me. But I suppose it's an improvement. Okay, it makes a bigger impact when you don't have the bigger explosion area. Still gonna keep with what I've got. Floor floors are usually the hard ones, for a good reason. I think I got too carried away. I'm also paying attention to what gadget parts look like they can be useful, and which ones I'm calling a red flag on. As in, they're basically worthless. Pretty sure the upgrade for add explosions is not something interesting. Now, of course, if you upgrade an 8-cost ability, that's a different story. I'll have to compare those to the other rarities from that perspective. Actually, if something costs 8 and you upgrade it, it's going to cost 6. If you upgrade something that's 4, it's going to become 3. If you upgrade 7, something that's 7, it's going to be the cost is going to go down by 1. The cost goes down by 2, starting at 8. Of course, gems are hard to get your hands on. Come on. There we go. I think I just have a tendency to keep losing attention to where it really matters. We got another ultra. Here's a much better map for my convenience. Salmons are crowding up in the center. Go. Do we not too much from Flamingo yet? I'll have to check after this. Alright, we're dealing with the seasoned Moz. It's gonna get frozen or something. Okay, good. The moss has bursted. Where's my moss? How do I only have half a power X? You smoker, is it your fault? How the heck did this happen? There's also why I kept the wind turbine. Which I'm glad I did. I am frustrated about the fact that I wasn't still able to pass that wave. So I want to check something. Cook left, cook left, cook left. I need to give it a little moment. I want to see what I'm doing wrong. Either the Moz is basically the card of death. Maybe the Meteor Med is getting in my way. Which I'm starting to consider as a possibility. Yeah, I'm starting to think about it. The Meteor Med is really close combat. But there's another gadget I can use that can replicate that I can use from a distance. That would change the scenario. I barely survived that. So yeah, I'm starting to grow a little suspicious. Finally passed. Got a new weapon! Pretty good. Spin wheel could be used in repetition. And I could slow it en masse. There's Shellacker, which I don't think it's going to be the weapon since there is a recoil and it does interrupt your other weapons from firing. Spotlights could also be the one. Have to be patient and see. Good job. I'm also realizing the Sentry does have its features, so I mean, I could just continue full on. This also has the full power boost. I might continue with this. Decisions can be so tough. You do not want to use the cooldown reduced since you only have up to 3 at a time. Cooldown is already pretty fast with this. If I could extend the duration, I would much prefer that. One thing you don't mind, I just want to something. This crowd outcome would be so broken at times. Well, let's continue. If it was in the chat, yeah, I'll be able to see it, since the chat has not been activated yet. Oh god, we got this floor again. Oh, that's a problem. Still got a couple lives left. Take a break from the buffet. I was checking the analytics on YouTube. I know I did this a couple weeks ago. Oh, still getting some amount of views, but now it's back to no one watching. Which, I really want to know why. One theory is that some person on YouTube was bot viewing people who were streaming this game, which I really hope is not the case. But I think that would also affect my viewership in retrospect. Well, specifically if that was the case. I got this. Oh, darn it. Whew. I was wondering where that thing was. Okay, let's try it. This might go horribly, just let me give you a heads up, but you never know what's gonna happen. Now it's small fry. That cannot be helped. I mean, if I have a super high-leveled weapon, I probably could affect this, but... nah, that's not the case here, is it? There we go. Now we have something exciting. Also, I'm going to keep an eye on the life counter. Enough people get killed. That means abandoned ship. There we go. Okay, without the freeze, this weapon will struggle! Maybe I should let the others take the reins for the next one. Just so I make sure they don't come in unprepared. Or maybe they want me to take the reins. I want to continue going for the anomalies, in case we find a golden. Since those are a problem. but I can always just do them on the easy levels. Well, that was satisfying. Spinning swarm, huh? Not see the big shot balls. Spotted. Yep. This game truly does maintain its Splatoon atmosphere. Not any 5 stars yet. truth is, there are times where I do play this. Oh, a lot of useful new stuff. Yeah, odd. Not this time, apparently. Sometimes you just gotta wait. They'll come. Okay, we are cashing in. So let me do this in a solo mode and see if the difference means it. So I did some grinds in this, and it did go easier or nicer to an extent. Also, I'm starting to think if I should be changing the format. I heard that YouTube is not really supporting live streams anymore. Which, in my impression, could be very true. I mean, I still want to have some big community and have some way to communicate. But I wonder if making commentary videos will be a more appropriate solution. Let me do the same level in single player. I'm also going to switch to both since my hand's getting a bit tired. Let's see if there's a difference. Such as loot rewards or difficulty. I will also state that I am trying to save, the reason why I haven't gone super forward with this weapon, because it's a level 47 base, not a level 50 base. I'm waiting to see if I can get a level 15 Primo Eye Stringer, and then transfer the build over to that. That means its full potential, or maximum potential, will have much higher output. Then again, Primo 5-star weapons are really hard to get. Emphasize that for a specific weapon, and it could take a year for all you know. We're not multiplayer, anything that drops is ours. See that before. Alright, spin up Swarm. Straight up. Nice how you're not punished for forgetting to pick up something. Except for the giant eggs. Those could be useful. But all the loot you collect, once it drops, you automatically collect it. Even if you die, it's still yours. The collect animation is just for show. Although you ask me, I'm guessing it was the last minute balance decision team made to make the game quality of life better. It probably was less frustrating players. I like to call it Relic. It's one with burn off my track. You also have the cannon reason for it being that deep cuts a bunch of fields. So, anything they see, they'll take. Which actually makes perfect sense for their characters. See? Giant power egg. No biggie, I can always get back when I lap again. Another thing I am noticing though, early levels aren't going to have as many anomalies. We only have one anomaly so far. Big whoop. I'll be real. This place is changing to a bit of disappointment. This is why we test things, people. No rainbows. I think we do better, right? So, let's do something better then. I target this island. Hold up. I did the normal difficulty. We don't want that. And of course, the benefit of the more levels you gain, the easier it's going to be to take down the Salmonids, including the level 80 Goldies that could be giving you a hard time. Although honestly, you can do them on a lower difficulty. So I think Super Spicy has higher anomaly drop rates, or it could just be this place. Anyway, I already see 2 red beacons. Get the starting area. Let's just go for it. Let's just get right to it. Actually, okay, I want a little killing. Don't mind me. I'm bloodthirsty, that's all. Okay, time to run. Maybe a little more? I can't stop it, sorry. Okay, fall to my trap. Then we'll continue. Start rolling the dice. Okay, this section I'm not a huge fan of. Actually, I want to go back. If it is a Goldie, I want to get that head start with Fry's special. The Goldies are incredibly tanky. If you've ever played Goldie Seeking, which most of you probably have, it's like that. You gotta do a lot of damage. Yep, it's a Goldie Seeker. Made the right call. Now, where's that Goldie? I think we're screwed. You just throw everything at me, why don't you? I know we didn't stand a chance here. Let go. Now I am curious for something. The Goldie is really difficult to catch there. Also, we are an hour in, so thank you for those who are watching. I thank you for supporting my streams, really. I really decided to build a community one day, and watching my streams is one way to help. And I have to start giving points of usage again, besides stream avatars, which I really have not touched. I'll have to figure out something. Let's get people speaking back again. But if I don't do a lot more streams, I don't know if there's going to be much point to it. Okay, there's one anomaly. Earth is warm. Okay. Base level. Of course, the drawback of doing it on this difficulty is, of course, the fact that these things are going to basically... you're not going to get good weapons. Or parts. Anything that's 5 stars, you're not going to get here. It's too easy for you. But if you want to get those 30 Goldie kills, this is your place. Mostly due to the fact that the Goldie will actually die. Instead of acting like some immortal being. I wish I was being dramatic when I said that, I really do. I want to see if we can get a Goldie. They are really a 1 in 10,000 kind of fish, so if we don't get it. Try to put a bar before you get a chance. Still, it's actually kind of satisfying. These things go down really fast. Madness. That was the only anomaly we got. Maybe the game... I don't know if the... I'll have to see if the game... If the data miners... When the data miners figure out some sort of algorithm here. I'm surprised. Really. I would have thought for sure of that we would have... Won it. Nope. Fail. Surprised, really? Huh. Let's go back to Super Spicy. See if I can get any special weapons here. Oh, that's Waddle. Ah, my phone got to see someone. Are you, then, okay. Hey, for the most part, we're slowly getting stuff ready for my move-in. Which, just so clear, the official move-in won't happen until later this week. But, gotta get a break in. I thought now could be a good time for me to do some updates. Stream something. Since I have not done that since like last week. That's all. I've also started playing that Peak game again. Which, I finally got beat Ascent 1. Which, I will admit I failed. To the extent because I've been trying to do too much. Which, for spoiler reasons, I won't say why. Also, I'm trying to learn some things in this game. And actually, once I beat... I'm actually trying to get some power parts. I've got almost all the haptic gadget parts. And now I'm trying to forge for the other parts to make my account more complete. Of course, the 5-star parts are going to be really tricky to get. Okay, this is on Super Spicy. You're good. Yeah, I suppose I can yap a lot, can't I? Huh. I wonder why Birch finally is the best friend. I digress. Go. Hold on, is that an Alpension? Racket Stringer. It's not a Primo anyways. Actually, I don't think I have a Primo Racket Stringer. Oof. Oh well, at least we got a 5-star. But then, okay. Slowly but surely getting stuff ready for my move-in, which happens later this week. But yeah, this might be... I'm not sure if I'm going to get another chance to stream until like next weekend, so I'm enjoying what I can. Oh. Well, I guess for the upcoming semester. I haven't, like, the house I'm living in has been the house I've been in ever since I'm born. And, well, I guess my parents decided to downscale. You know, that's when I finally say goodbye to this house, but I'm not ready to say goodbye yet. Yeah. The complications are a bit technical. Since if you've been counting numbers, this would be the 9th semester I'm taking in college. Which, that might sound incredibly suspicious, since normally people take 8 semesters. Let's just say, because I took some Japanese courses, a couple other courses that weren't part of my major, which has like over 100 requiring credit courses. Yeah, I could take it. Yeah, there are some. Yeah, I realized that I wouldn't be able to do them all in 8, so this semester I'm only taking 3 classes for my required courses. After that, I might go for a master's since the job industry is way too advanced. Oh, applied computer science. My concentration is in game design, although let's be real, the video game industry has gone to poop. But still passionate out of it. And my parents, especially my dad, want me to have a job that I will enjoy doing. Apparently doing mortgages is not an enjoyable job, according to my dad. Then again, my dad has never been laid off, like one of his best friends. But hey, you can what you still at times. And to be fair, my dad did recently change jobs. I am touched. And yes, I do plan to find something, or make something one day. Could be Toby Fox 2.0. Maybe. I hope the affliction grow natural. The forced development, I won't get that good results. I digress though. I did post this a few days ago. I checked out Peak again, that mountain climbing game from last year. That got an update. Finally, it's been almost a year. Apparently it's its last major update, which the team did warn. It was interesting. And it might make me interested in the game again. Especially since you can kick douchebags in the finally. That will feel so good. Make me so happy. Which I will state was one of my main gripes with the game. You couldn't kick people who were literally screwing you over. I mean, I get it's one thing to be a naughty person or kill someone for a funny moment. I mean, they actually created an item for that exact purpose. It's another thing to make the game literally impossible. I mean, let's be real, that kind of behavior is what ruined Super Mario 3D World for me. And it was ruining Peak for me too until they fixed it. And I will agree with myself. I've had a match where someone used a glitch that makes him fall out of bounds, so intentionally we would be soft-locked and would not be able to progress. I mean, it is a funny show in retrospect, but for a game that takes 2 hours to beat, it wasn't very funny. I've also been starting to grow the balls to play on my own. But I still detest those zombies. Why do they have to frickin' run, man? Can't they just walk like normal zombies? actually making this zombie photo. I never thought I would say, but here we are. What else could I ship? I guess a few other things I want to keep under my wing for now. But yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, actually, I did watch that new Spider-Man movie yesterday with my mom, since she wanted to. It was alright. And again, though, a lot of Marvel movies have that sharp presentation to make you say that. So unless you really are paying attention, you're going to like it. At least in terms of writing. Yeah, I mean, I think personally the writing was good. I'm not a Marvel fan, so I'll have to ask my friend about it. What his opinion is, since my opinion is basically invalid. But without going into spoilers, I think there was a solid story or the significance, a good lesson to be learned. It's not an easy lesson, but it is a good lesson. Where's the AMCE? Let me check that. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Another movie I do want to look at, which my mom really strongly recommended, is The Odyssey. Which, if you're in high school, you probably... Okay, actually, first an interruption. Yeah, I have not heard of... I don't think I saw that trailer. What age rating is it? Okay, it is PG. I wonder if that's why. I haven't seen any... I think the last movie I saw before Spider-Man was the Super Mario Galaxy movie, which might be why I didn't see a trailer for it. Although, maybe... Okay, it might just be what the algorithm's feeding me, which, to be real, I originally wanted to be a YouTuber, back to hope to change the world. I'm realizing that YouTube has gone in such a direction that everyone's living their own reality. It is kind of horrifying. It's going to be Looney based. I can also check that movie out. It's out at the end of this month. I will also state, I did collect all the parts for my shop pot gadget, and it now has this shiny border to it. So there is a significance for when you collect all the gadgets. You also see from my tactic gadgets that they all have a counter for how many parts I've collected. For some reason, this is not the case for the whatchamacallities. The other breeds of gadgets. It's just the tactics. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. My desk just out. Ready vs. AMC was cancelled by Warner Bros. Despite being fully... How does that happen? I tell you, this might be why my dad, actually, pardon me myself, so many people hate corporations. Fuck are they doing with, people are making works of art, and you're like, hey, let's just throw it away. Hey, we're not going to use this, so yeah, let's just throw it in the garbage. Like, the fuck? Like, the actual act. people actually worked on that, and you're just gonna... They put all effort in, it's like, I don't know what to do with it, but let's just throw it away. That's just absolute bullshit. BS. I'll be back. I'm trying to reduce my vulgarity. But I want to swear so bad. Good lack of trust. Us in Looney Tunes, even when Cass said it was one of their favorite projects. You're right about that. Like, see, I don't even know why they would do that, actually. That's how confused I am. Normally I could make up some sort of reasoning. But I was like, the actual flick. It's like, it's like someone's just... It actually pissed me off. I'm actually angry about this because it doesn't make sense. I don't see a good business reason. I mean, what is there to lose by publishing a movie that's complete? Okay, I actually need to be careful not to get killed. Okay, we got spicy mods. Shit. Okay, chain of plants, run! Chain of plants, died. Actually, you know what? No. I actually can think of one completely selfish and scummy reason why. And the Paramount reason, honestly. You have a Paramount subscription, and this movie would be published on their subscription service. They don't have to do it. They don't have to publish it. If people are still going to have to keep their subscription, they're not obligated to. So, yeah. So, why even bother? It's just, you can publish it later, when sales are going down. Get people to maintain their membership. That's the scummiest reason I can think about for why a complete movie would get cancelled. Get stronger, apparently. The tankiest small fry ever. So what was I saying? I was talking about peak game, talking about this game. I have been trying to figure out a ways to get and progression. I think it's really easy. And yeah, I'm just trying to fill up the complete 100% and pure 100% the game. It's really hard. I'm good. I actually want to hear what other people are doing in their lives. The thing that I don't care if people, how to try to say this. I don't care if people are losing interest in my streams. I care more about if I'm losing my connection and getting disconnected with other people. Fair enough. So I told you. Oh, that's good. Oh yes. I wish I did more running more often, if I bothered to. It's weird, my body is still somewhat lanky, I'm not bad at all. Okay, I have no idea why I had to say that. Now that I think about it. It has nothing to do with me and my ability to run. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. 6 miles. I'm not even sure if I've ever traveled 6. Actually, you know what? No, I definitely have traveled 6 miles in one day. It's not common at all. But there have been times. Huh, maybe I should challenge myself to do that again. I almost forgot Pikmin Bloom existed, which I need to start playing again, come on. I mean, you only get one body. I just wonder if Nintendo's going to release a fitness game. I mean, I did like the Ring Fit Adventure. The Joy-Cons didn't start becoming defective. I would have used it more. But again, my metabolism is pretty strong, so I'm not too worried about it. I would like to improve my cardio. Oh, good thing my new apartment has a gym. Again, I'm not an outdoors person. Well, it's more anxiety-driven. Insects are the worst. Especially the ones with stingers. Max level? Me too. Me too. But maybe I would have 50,000 subscribers. Maybe. But I'm too shy. So that will have to wait for now. Until I become less shy. And learn how to commit myself. Who knows? It might be this fall. I don't know. Okay, back to the buffet. Honestly, I wish I had more time to focus on my channel. I mean more in the sense of being in development. Because technically, all I have really been doing is recording video game footage, and just posting, and just editing it, and just uploading it. In my opinion, it's daily fodder. The Emerald Rush guides, those are something I'm actually proud of. Same with the Salmon Run shorts. I desire to make more impressive constructs like that in the future. It also will help me find develop games on my own. And hopefully make the world a better place. Now, the appeal of the Bottomless buffet. It's part of it's a challenge. Because the game will get too easy at a certain point. And being too easy will make it boring. I think I'm dead too late. Barnacles. Ah. What a shame. I will say, once you reach floor 100 of the Bottomless buffet, that is required for 100% completion due to the super boss. But when you reach past that, it's a randomized procedural generation based on the other 99 floors. The purpose of going there is either for a challenge or for streamers like me for worldwide competition, so you can get the highest floor, or the deepest floor, I guess in this case. And it'd be the same as what's the purpose of esports, or or ranked battles. They don't have to be a point. You can say just be competitive. And it satisfies your fulfillment. That's what matters. In my book, it's something to do. It's something for people to challenge themselves with. Okay. Fine. There we go. Woo! They sometimes really make it hard. Tell you, the 2400 ones, those are tricky. Think the golden halls. Gotta lay out my map properly. See if the blast pots are doing something. I could also switch weapons again. Back to the meteor mitt, if that is going to have better results. Which it might. It's all in one specific relic that decreases the gadget cooldown. High five. Ooh, good question. I need to check that answer for myself. I have most of the parts, but the high five might be a tactic weapon I've used the least. Actually, I think I've almost never used it. I've only had the reason why I have so many parts to prepare that is probably due to the fact that when you use a tactic tank, you collect all the parts any part that's a tactic unit. I mainly use it for the bomb balloons. I mean, I have used it in some occasions. Just don't get me wrong. Like, I used it for the sample dungeons, but I don't think I used it for the campaign. But I can check that after I'm done with the Bottomless buffet and give you a reference. But I could also give a high five or a test run, even though, let's be real, the more upgraded parts you have, the stronger your gadget's going to be. And of course, when you're upgrading a 4 or 5 star part, that takes gems. There we go, big sex singer is destroyed. screwed this up again. Never mind! We won! Oh my god, we actually won! I'll be real. They get harder! They get really hard! This would be my this is my current build for the high fiver, which really needs to get an overhaul. I already equip it. Here's what it does. Here's how much damage if all 5 hits. Which also, if you are counting, that is not 5, the number is actually 9. Which I believe is one of the perks, which allows you to have numerous lines in the high fiver. Did build this upon a sampling dungeon. How many of these can I have out at a time? Only 2. The lines are solid, but compare this to the web. But then again, I'm also putting in a powered bias. I have used the Bottomless much more, and I found what I believe is the optimal supply for this. This has a reel them in, focus, which I could also try that. Not sure I have that on. Explosive reflection, what does this do? Should be expected. Not much to say there. Then you can also refill some ink when you're touching an ink line. I have to check that. This is for direct hit, which, okay, I think this is the part you want to use, since you want to. This says direct hit, not when touching the line. Have to see. I mean, they both can do some damage. I think the Bottomless is the best, though. There's a vertical reflection, which also going to cost a gem. Some stuff up to see. I usually give it a whirl in 497 before going on the deeper floors. These things are going to get really tanky. Although my theory is, I want to get something that can get reloaded pretty fast. That's why I'm trying to focus on figuring out a good build for the meteor pit and unlocking its true potential. I can do that. My objective is that I'll be able to rely on the lesser Salmonids for the power eggs over the bosses. But I can keep using the splashdown move and rapid cycle it. Crispy. Extra crispy, actually. I'm trying to work on this. I'm trying to make a build with a really fast jump. I have high jump set up so I can apply the fall distance damage bonus and a minimal cooldown, which I may not need if I find out the respiration is pretty quickly. The damage has to be worthwhile though. What? That was 100,000 damage right there. That's partially why I want the gems, but you gotta keep playing apparently. I keep exploring, but 497 might be the best area. Or 4101 if you wanted that RNG. Now, I don't know if the deeper you go, the better your luck is. But I did realize, actually, if I were to pause once again, forget this specific run. The relic powers. This one with the halo, not the one with the explosion. This one. Look at it. Gadget recovery, finisher. Gadget cooldown shortens by 0.3 seconds when you defeat a Salmonid. That's a huge deal. Look at this. Gadget cooldown shortened by 1.5 seconds when you're hit by close range attack. That can basically kill you at this difficulty. Each time you splat a Salmonid. So even when the small fries die, that cooldown decreases by 0.5 seconds, 0.3 seconds. That's why I see that as such a big deal. We'll also state, I am suggesting that there is a brief invincibility cooldown when you use the Power Fist gadget. And our egg's full. Maybe that is the answer I've been looking for. I mean, we tackled the strong arms. All I was missing was the catalyst. about the high jump, but the bot this whole time. That's it. Actually might be the answer. I never thought of my answer, which might be crazy to say out. But for this, it is so true. So got Gordon. Very good. Gotta watch the clock. So they take over. There we go. Let's go! I think I found the answer. Feels so good. Feels so great. If I can freeze. You know what? I need my bot back. How did two of those mega-sized mods yep, there's two of them. Jesus Christ. Oh, we got Rainbow. Ooh. Wow, things just got more interesting. We got the maximum area, which is probably going to be 60. And that is going to You're gonna want to check that out. But either way, we're gonna win because we got this. Typically, explosion area up 5 stars. That's gonna leave a 5-star review on my account, which is the only kind of review I accept. That's fine. Let it die, let it die. Still have 2 more left. Serial Man. Crazy stuff. But hey, it's a steel hill. What can I say? Oh, we got another rainbow. Oh, we did it. We did it. The Alpine Streamer. Single version. I died. Oh well. Jew. Level 50 Alpine Stringer. Female Alpine Stringer. And now we can take over the Bottomless buffet. Actually, I should also be quiet. My parents might be trying to sleep. Oh, I'll tell you how big the area is. Yeah, we took gold. And now my plan is to dump all my resources onto this guy. Alright. The best thing there. Alright. This thing is great. With this, I plan to dig even deeper. That's what I have to learn. It was still fun for what it was worth. We have our 100 weapons. Which one to go? I think it's been a nice night. It's getting late, and I've got a busy day tomorrow. So I'd like to take things easy, and by all means, feel free to reach out to me, or if you want help or any guides, I'll be able to help you when I get the chance. Well, I thank you all so much for watching this stream, and I'll see you all next. Until then, take care.